That the century of central banking was also the century of total war.
Crazy. One more time.
On screen. We won't go back. You don't know what it's like in our universe. The Federation's gone. The Borg is everywhere. We're one of the last ships left, please. You've got to help us. I'm sorry, there's no choice. If this works, everything will return to... No, we won't go back!
This ridiculous leadership that we are witnessing coming out of Washington and this incredible spending. Love you guys, the Dead Assassins out! And every day is a day to kick the elitist butt. And that's what I'm doing.
And the real danger, if we continue to do this, is the default through the devaluation of the currency, and that's translated into paying for it through higher prices. I think that's going to be chaotic because we just can't keep up. I think it'll force us to have a change in foreign policy and spending policies here at home. But I think you have to go through a rough time.
So then you get the argument, well, this is not a stimulus bill, this is a spending bill. What do you think a stimulus is? That's the whole point. No, seriously.
If there were no Federal Reserve, there may have been no need for an income tax. The country did fine without it for 137 years. The income tax amendment was introduced the same year the Federal Reserve System was formed, 1913.
I, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. So help me God. We must act quickly. I shall ask the Congress for the one remaining instrument to meet the crisis: broad executive power.
Everybody likes Ike for president. Hang out the banners, beat the drum. We'll take Ike to Washington.
The New Deal and the Fair Deal were bold measures for their generation. But now this is a new generation, and we stand today on the edge of a new frontier.
The Great Society asked not how much, but how good. Not only how to create wealth, but how to use it. Not only how fast we're going, but where we're headed.
In this present crisis, government is not the solution to our problems. Government is the problem.
I believe it is clear our federal government is overgrown and overweight. Indeed, it is time our government should go on a diet.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Read my lips. No, you have to.
The era of big government is over.
Principles to save the free market system.
Bottom line is that this is not an issue of salesmanship to the American people. The American people are sold. The American people are sold. I just want to repeat this.
The political debate would have been different. You had Republicans support on Coburn. You had Republican senators signed on it.
Judge, you have 80% of the American people who support a balanced approach.
In the 80s, they did it to Reagan. A debt ceiling compromise. Democrats promising spending cuts, but delivering only tax hikes. The 90s brought more compromises, more broken promises, $14 trillion in debt, millions unemployed, the dollar in decline. We know where they stand. But will our party's leaders repeat the mistakes of the past? Will they choose compromise or conviction? No deals. Standing up to the Washington machine.
Destroy them.
So we're going down today.
First engineering, get us out of here. Ricky, do it! That's it. Let's do it.
bottom line is that this is not an issue of salesmanship to the American people. The American people are sold. The American people are sold. I just want to repeat it. We have reached a landmark settlement with the nation's largest banks.
For America Nows. This August, the next chapter will be written.
The last decade. It's quite likely he would simply restate the Orwellian definition of totalitarianism, to wit, a society living by and for continuous warfare, in which the ruling caste have ceased to have any real function but succeed in claiming to power through force and fraud, and then ask whether this sounds like the world we live in. Because it ought to be obvious by now that our seemingly endless economic recessions are being deliberately orchestrated. In today's world, the commodities markets are arranged in such a way that the price of virtually everything, particularly food, hardly ever changes. So how then can it be that the price of oil increased tenfold in the last decade? Economists are now tacitly agreeing that this was due to financialization, which is just a fancy way of saying rich creeps like the Bush family and their merchant banking friends used their trillionaire fortunes to rig the market.
Your 2020-2030 will, of course, affect the food chain and affect lifestyles on the planet.
Yeah.
The United States, of course, we have a gigantic food basket. The bread basket, Kansas, the wheat belt, the corn belt. That has been one of the main reasons why we can thumb our noses at the Soviets, because we have this gigantic bread basket.
Yeah.
By the year 2020, there may not be a bread basket. It may be a dust bowl like it was in the 1930s. California, one of the largest bread baskets on the planet, could be wiped out as an agricultural center. Cities like New York City could be under 10 feet of water.
Yeah.
You realize the studio that we're in right now could be under 4 feet of water is the projection for New York City.
Well, not us, because we're on the fourth floor.
We're on the fourth floor. However, the bottom floor may have 4 feet more of water.
Yeah.
New York City being right at sea level.
Yeah, I understand.
New Orleans is actually, parts of New Orleans is below sea level. You're talking about coastal cities being flooded like San Francisco if the polar ice caps begin to melt.
Long have we watched the scourge of humanity spreading through space, daring to encroach upon our birthright. At last the time has come to wipe them from the galaxy! Take your battle stations!
Are shields even up?
Sailing deck 7 to 13, we have confirmed
Shields
casualties.
11% and dropping, 10%. Shields at 9, we're dropping. All remaining power to forward shields. Prepare shuttles for evacuation.
Report. Shields are down, long-range sensors are offline. Main power is holding.
Mr. Worf, quantum torpedoes.
Ready, sir.
Fire. Mr. Data, laying a course for the 24th century. I suspect our future is there waiting for us.
Course laid in, sir.
Make it so.
DejaB and Division are back at it once again. Now we're on the run from the flashing blue lights and the tear gas and the guns. But hey, for them it was over before it begun. What B's got under the hood is triple top secret. No one's ever made a peep yet, as you never know where we will creep next. Control is just an illusion. Control is a big delusion. Control is just an illusion. Control is a big delusion. Control is just illusion. Control is a big delusion. Control is just illusion. Control is one big delusion. Loose lips sink ships as it's too fast for your radar to blip. Traction control off, I need my tires to slip as I'm hanging a 90-degree turn. What can I say? My car is a drifter. Pay attention, you might learn. Your pumpkin just got carved, sleeping on the job. Officer tranquilized dog. You should have known not to step to us. You should have stayed in the yard. Units, you need to disregard that last bolo. DejaB division, yo. Hyperspace engaged. Space to get saying Control is just illusion. Control is one big delusion. Control is just illusion. Control is one big illusion. Control is one illusion. Control is your delusion. Control is just illusion. Control is one big illusion. Like to welcome y'all to 2013. DejaB still busting it free on the mic. I want you to love, not like, but whatever, free country, right? We're moving forward at warp speed together. Those dumb bitches control the weather like a ball in tether. However, mathematics points out to time and time again that control is an illusion. Control is one big illusion. Control is one big illusion. Control is just illusion. Control is one big illusion. Control is just illusion. Control is one big illusion. Control is just illusion. Control might be your delusion. Control is just illusion. Control is one big illusion. Control is just illusion. Control is one big illusion. Control is just illusion. Control is one big illusion. Control is just illusion. Control is just illusion.
Important transitions in our lives.
They denote the passage of time.
Not just the passage of time, but the presence of time within us. They make us think of our mortality. These occasions encourage us to think about what's behind us and what lies ahead.
What do you think attracts people to Star Trek?
I think that Star Trek has been inspirational for technologists. So, for example, flip phones, we have those nowadays. Tricorders, we have those nowadays. They're like our iPads. One of the reasons why I became an engineer to begin with is because of Star Trek. When I would see the Enterprise, I would think about the future where human beings could travel and work in space, and it made me want to be a part of the space program.
The science fiction writers and the filmmakers really are a stimulation for us that work in the field. We are inspired by the future that they paint, that we are working to achieve.
Flat Earth is bullshit to control your head. Mind Mason. Mason Tricks 101. Flat Earth is bullshit.
Yeah! Cause until the philosophy which old one race superior and another inferior is finally and permanently discredited and abandoned, war! Until the philosophy which old one race superior and another inferior is finally and permanently discredited and abandoned. Well, everywhere is war. This your war. And until there's no longer first class nor second class citizens of any nation, and until the color of a man's skin is of no more significance to the color of the size, I've got to say war.
Now the king told his boogeyman, you gotta let that rocket drop. The oil down the desert way has been shaken to the top. The sheik, he drove his Cadillac. He went cruising down the hill. The Muslim was a standing on the radiator grill. Sharif don't like it. Rockin' the Casbah, rock the Casbah. Sharif don't like it. Rockin' the Casbah, rock the Casbah. By order of the Prophet, we gotta ban that boogie sound. Degenerates the faithful with that crazy Casbah sound. But the better when they bought out the electric camel drum. The local guitar picker's got his guitar picking thumb. As soon as the sheriff was out of the square, they began to wail. Sharif don't like it. Rockin' the Casbah, rock the Casbah. Sharif don't like it. Rockin' the Casbah, rock the Casbah. They're over at the temple. Ooh, they really pack 'em in. The in-crowd says it's cool to dig this chanting thing. But as wind changed direction, then the temple band took fire. The crowd caught her wind of that crazy Casbah chant. Sharif don't like it. Rockin' the Casbah, rock the Casbah. Sharif don't like it. Rockin' the Casbah, rock the Casbah. The king called up his jet fighters. He said you better earn your pay. Drop your bombs between the minarets down the Casbah way. As soon as the sheriff was chauffeured out of there, the pilots tuned to the cockpit radio blare. As soon as the sheriff was out of there, the jet pilots wailed. Sharif don't like it. Rockin' the Casbah, rock the Casbah. Sharif don't like it. Rockin' the Casbah, rock the Casbah. Sharif don't like it. He thinks it's not kosher. Rockin' the Casbah, rock the Casbah. Sharif don't like it. Fundamentally he can't take it. Rockin' the Casbah, rock the Casbah. Sharif don't like it. You know he really hates rockin' the Casbah, rock the Casbah.
And war is great. War is great because it just goes on and on.